Beto O'Rourke and Stacey Abrams both failing to unseat the incumbent governors in Texas and Georgia.
Yeah, joining us now for more in studio is host of the John Bachman. Now, John Bachman, welcome. Great to see you. Have you in house with us?
Great to be here.
Yeah. So, okay, Beto O'Rourke. He ran 3 times. Unfortunately, has not won. What do you think his future is?
Well, if you read the Texas Tribune or some of the newspapers in Texas, not very good. You know, his future is not very bright right now. I mean, you lose 3 times, 3 statewide races. Beto O'Rourke has really failed to generate any support out of his hometown of El Paso. And when you lose a race for Senate, for governor, and for president, you know, maybe it's time you head back home. I'm looking at a headline here from the Washington Post, and it says Beto O'Rourke has spent 1,175 of the last 2,048 days on the campaign trail with nothing to show for it.
Nothing.
And between Stacey Abrams and Beto O'Rourke, I think they've spent like $200 million on these losing campaigns. And at a certain point, you just got to sit back and say, maybe this isn't for me.
Right.
Yeah. And he was a member of Congress. He was close with Joe Kennedy from Massachusetts when he was in Congress, and they were sort of the up-and-coming class. It didn't happen. Vanity Fair put him, when he decided he was going to run for president, Vanity Fair put him on the cover, and it was like this fawning, you know, comparison to Bobby Kennedy and Beto's choice. Robert Francis O'Rourke, that's his real name, Robert Francis. Again, a loser. Same with Stacey Abrams, losing to Brian Kemp twice in Georgia. Do they become like ambassadors now? Does Joe Biden give them some odd job in the administration?
I don't know. I mean, you know, that a lot of times that comes down to your political campaign contributions. Who becomes an ambassador, or either that or you're a professional State Department personnel. But I don't know. Stacey Abrams probably has a brighter future than Beto O'Rourke, because, you know, she has been exalted by Democrats to be some sort of transformational figure. I don't know. You can see her, though. She also has that organization, the Get Out the Vote organization in Georgia, which, you know, has made her fairly wealthy.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why she lost, is people think Stacey Abrams is more in it for Stacey Abrams than she actually is in for Democrats.
Hasn't worked.
It hasn't worked. But I would imagine she'll have some sort of, you know, outsized role in the Democratic Party.
She's a writer too, isn't she?
A professor.
She written some novels.
That's what they say. I haven't
read any either.
I have not sampled any of Stacey Abrams' romance novels. Not really my genre, my preferred genre.
Wasn't she in Star Trek?
She was in Star Trek too, so she has her acting career to fall back on. Yes, she played the intergalactic president on Star Trek. I don't know which Star Trek.
Is that appointed or elected? I think that's appointed.
Well, I believe you declare yourself the intergalactic president.
You
know, that's but at least she conceded. Stacey Abrams
that's
did.
true. That's true.
I want to talk about the state of Florida. You live down there in Florida with your beautiful family. Work at our studios down there in Florida. Florida, to me, and I was a resident there for about 5 years, it was a purple state when I moved there. Seems like Florida is now Georgia. Now Florida's a red state and Georgia is the swing state. What do you make of what's happening down there in Ron DeSantis' transformational victory the other night? Huge win.
It's funny you mentioned that, Rob, because I started my television career in Augusta, Georgia, and I realized very quickly, I was like, you know, I'm not going to get any presidential visits in Georgia. It was such a red state at the time. I got to move to Florida or Ohio or one of these other swing states.
Right.
But now Florida seems to be much more in the camp of the red camp, you know, and Ron DeSantis' success during the pandemic. And also, he is so proactive as a governor. An issue comes up, you know, you think about critical race theory, he's out in front of the television cameras at a podium combating that. Same thing with the gender stuff in schools. He did that. And it seemed like every 2 or 3 days we see Ron DeSantis at a podium proactively addressing some of these issues that other Republicans catch up to weeks or days later.
Yeah. And
he's always out in front of this stuff. And
he has, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say the other perfect example, too, is the Sanibel Causeway. You know, the construction completed 3 days early, and that's kind of par for the course of what you now expect from Ron DeSantis and his administration.
Yeah, the other thing, I just read today that because of what happened with this election, there's more people now that want to move to Florida.
Yes.
You're going to get more people.
Florida's full, folks.
Yes.
We're good.
Yeah.
You know, what we have seen as a result of this migration to Florida is, you know, home prices are higher. Right. Hurricane insurance is really high now. That's an issue that we're going to have to address. So Ron DeSantis is going to have to deal with some of these problems that have come now because of success. You know, good problems. People are moving there.
Right.
Does he run, John?
Does he run? I think he does run.
In 24?
I think he does run, because you don't want to be without a seat of power for 2 years and then try to run later. So I do think we will see Ron DeSantis.
The time is now.
Now
John
is the
Bachman,
time.
we appreciate you coming in
Come
bright
back
and early.
again.
John Bachman now, noon Eastern, right here on Newsmax. We'll all be watching today. John, safe travels home. Good to see you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.